coming to ABC since Liam was just under 10 months old. So we've been here most of his life because he just turned 2, honestly. So before he came to ABC, we noticed that he was clenching his right fist a lot. So at his doctor's appointment, we asked the doctor about it, and we did a Good Sam evaluation, and that's when they discovered or thought that maybe he had had some type of brain hemorrhage. We got recommended to ABC both by Dr. Wettig at Good Sam and also by a friend of the owners, Diane.
We thought the hard part was behind us. You know, he came 2 months early. Mm-hmm. He spent probably 3 weeks in the NICU. And by the time we got him out and then it was time for his checkup, we thought, oh, I don't even know why we're doing this.
Yeah.
Why are we gonna take him? But we said, you know what, it's a part of the thing. We'll just take him down there, let him make sure he's okay. And once we got that news, it was like a punch right in the stomach. Mm-hmm. He had had trouble, and we didn't recognize all of the symptoms right away, but he was unable to do things like, you know, crawl and roll over.
Wasn't crawling.
So we thought maybe he was being preferential to the one side, mm-hmm. that he was just a lefty. But then we were informed that, you know, children don't pick sides until later on.
You can do it! Yay! Good job, buddy! He just did it, Daddy! Yay!
The very first steps were to get him to where he could, that sensory where that normal reaction to put your arm down to keep you from falling, mm-hmm. he didn't have that ability, and he would just fall over and mm-hmm. just hit his head.
He didn't have any
cry.
protective instincts.
They worked with him. That was the very first thing he had to learn. Worked, and then mm-hmm. all of a sudden, it just like a light bulb went
mm-hmm.
off, and he could do it.
Yeah. And I think the hardest part was he had found ways to compensate to get to where he wanted to go. You know, he could roll to it or he could army crawl to it. There were other ways that he had figured out how to do it. So, you know, it's kind of tough for us to learn and for the therapist to show him, no, this is more efficient and this is the proper way to do it, and try to get him to understand, you know, that.
ABC's really helped us in understanding the importance of going through these mm-hmm. milestones.
Yeah, that crawling's about reciprocal motion,
yep.
not just getting somewhere. And you need that to be able to ride a bike and all sorts of other things later in life. So it is a lot of building blocks that we've gotten a lot of education.
This early intervention, I think we've really made some huge steps, and mm-hmm. if we didn't have you guys to help us out, you know, it wouldn't be where he is today.
Before we came to ABC, we had a lot of meltdowns, a lot of frustration because he couldn't communicate his needs and wants. And by coming to ABC and learning about the sensory integration that he needs, the sensory input that he's getting is helping him to his body to regulate so that he's not having those meltdowns nearly as frequently as he was before.
Before coming to ABC, JC didn't have hardly any speech, and we couldn't even run the vacuum without her covering her ears and just having a complete meltdown. Couldn't go out to dinner, and she just wandered aimlessly through the house from the time that she got up until she went to bed at night. Since coming to ABC, JC has started to gain speech ability, and I see a completely happy, normal kid.
Can you tell us why you like to come to ABC?
Because it's really fun.
What's your favorite game to play here?
Jumping with other people. We do exercises and stuff. Maths, because I always win. I like to do books. And I like the snack swings too. Hello, my name is Grace, and I'm standing in front of this big handprint wall. My teacher is Miss Erin, and I usually play with putty. I do some writing, and sometimes I do obstacle courses and beanbag toss.
Can you tell me why you like to come to ABC?
Well, I like to come here because it's peaceful and I can get rid of my stress.
What kind of games do you like to play best while you're here? What's your favorite?
The trampoline.
Why do you like that?
Because I can bounce really, really high. I bounced so high, it felt like I could fly.
That's awesome.